Okay, so it is our first philosophy talk today, and what we will do is we will start with definitions, basic understanding of things, so we are clear about where we are starting from. Otherwise, what will happen? You will understand yoga differently, you will understand yoga differently, you will understand yoga differently. I will speak from a different understanding, and it will be big confusion. So let us all come to one common understanding and then build up from there. We have a lot of time. We have 8 days. Okay? So, coming to the first definition. Definition of yoga. I will give you a simple definition of yoga. Yoga is a science of self-transformation. Simple definition. Yoga is a science, and I will tell you why I am saying science. Yoga is a science of self-transformation. We will understand this together. Now, I have given you the definition of process. Yoga as a process, not yoga as a product or end. If I say yoga is self-realization, I don't know what is yoga, I don't know what is self-realization, double confusion. So I have given you the definition of process. There are many definitions of yoga. One common definition of yoga is union. But if you don't know what is uniting with what, confusion. So yoga is a science of self-transformation. Now why did I call it science? I called it science because just like science, in yoga we have hypotheses. You have heard this word, hypotheses? Then we experiment, and then there is conclusion. Conclusion of what? The hypothesis is right or wrong. That's why yoga is not only theory. Yoga is an experiment. Yes, we have amazing yoga philosophy, but that yoga philosophy is just a small part of it. The main part, the 80% of yoga is not the philosophy, but the practice. It is literally like you are hungry and I give you a cookbook. Will your hunger be satisfied? No. You are very hungry. It's 8 o'clock in the night, you come from office, you are very hungry, and you ask me, what's for dinner? And I give you recipe of pasta. Take this recipe. What will you do? Eat the recipe? No. So the recipe, the cookbook are the scriptures of philosophy. They tell you what can be done, what is achieved, what you can gain. But just having a cookbook will not satisfy your hunger, and just having a cookbook will not magically create food for you. You have to cook, and that cooking is a process. Yoga is also a process. That's why yoga is a verb. It's a verb. Verb. So understand this. Yoga is a process. How much time that process can take, we don't know. In that sense, it is not as simple as cooking. It depends, no? If you want to boil a potato, some potatoes are raw. They take more time for boiling. Some potatoes are mature. They take less time for boiling. We don't know what kind of potato you are. So we have put you in the boiling water. Now we will see when we can mash you. So is this clear? Yoga is a process. Yoga is a journey. Yoga is an experiment. Like chemistry lab. Chemistry experiment. Sometimes it will blow on your face. Boom. And it happens. Yoga, like chemistry experiment, sometimes blow on your face. But you just wipe your face and continue mixing the chemicals. But this time, hopefully not the same chemicals, so it will blow again. Now, who gives us the hypotheses in yoga? Like I said, in science, we have the hypotheses. Who gives us the hypotheses in yoga? It's not like, I will do that. Somebody should give you hypotheses, no? The saints and mystics who have already experimented, who have realized themselves, they say something, they express something that becomes a scripture. When a 12th century mystic meditates and realizes himself, he will say, I am love and nothing else. He will declare. Like Hallaj, the Sufi mystic. He declared, Anal Haq, I am the truth. Haq. Haq means the truth. Nothing else without me. He stood in the middle of the street and said, Anal Haq. And he was obvious punishment at that time. He declared. Why he declared? Because at that stage you cannot stop yourself. He did not declare to say, yes, I did it. Look at you fools. I am the truth. You are nothing. No. Because that experience was so amazing that it just exploded. Like when you fall in love, no? When you fall in love, people know. You try to hide, but people say, what happened? Are you in love? People can find out. Because everything changes. Your face changes, your energy level changes, your body language changes. As a teenager or as a child, you can never hide from your mother that you are in love. Mother, father will always, something is different. Something is happening. She is a little more happy. What happened? Are you in love? So imagine a normal love can make us so excited, so happy, so joyful. Falling in love with yourself or with God will make you so happy. And that's why we read scriptures in yoga. We read scriptures because they are accounts. They are travelogues. They are travelogues of saints who have travelled before us and reached the destination. So what do? We take their travelogue. Perhaps we don't believe them completely. We say, okay, he says India is very beautiful, I will see. I have not been to India, I will see. Don't believe. That's why, you know what? When you read scriptures, you read, you understand, appreciate. If you want, you believe. If you don't want, you don't believe. But experiment. Doesn't matter which scripture you take, and that's the beauty. If you take Bible and she takes Bhagavad Gita and you both start experimenting, you will reach the same conclusion. Doesn't matter. If you mix sodium and chlorine in India, and if you mix sodium and chlorine in London, will the reaction be different? No. The sodium and chlorine is the same in London or in India. It doesn't matter. Is it clear? Yoga is a science of self-transformation. So science is over. Now what is this self? And why should I transform? I don't want to transform. Many people say. Sometimes people have this fear of this word transformation. A few times I have used this word self-transformation through yoga as a title of my workshop. And the organizer, after 2 days, they tell me, Prasad, people are a little scared of this word transformation. So I change it. I call it self-development. And then they come. Say, oh, nice, yes. Development. You see why? It's just a play of words. Development means what? People understand I'm going to get something more. Transformation, maybe you lose something, no? I transformed. I lost 10 kilos. Wow, I lost. So when you say self-development, people come. Self-transformation, people are a little scared. Why? Why transformation as a word has so much weight, so much fear? Because we are all trapped in a certain set of ideas, certain set of beliefs, certain set of perspectives that keep us limited. You will hear this word from my mouth many times. Limited. Restricted. Imagine, no? Simple. Somebody comes and tells you, oh, you look so pretty. Oh, come on, I slept so late last night. Immediately we counter that statement. Wow, your hair looks so nice today. Come on, I haven't washed my hair for last 10 days. Immediately we counter that statement. Naturally. Never do we say, oh, thank you. You may not have really washed your hair for 10 days. But just accept it. Why do we have to counter it with a negative just to feel normal? I'm giving you practical day-to-day examples. Wow, you look so fresh. Oh, come on, I have so much stress at work. Immediately we counter it with something negative. Where does that come from? It's a perspective. If somebody appreciates me, immediately I have to cut that. Immediately I have to reject that. Maybe you really are pretty. The whole world tells you you are beautiful. But when you stand in the mirror, in front of the mirror, you can't see yourself as beautiful. It's perspective. So this self-transformation is what? Let me define this self-transformation. This self-transformation is a process of changing your perspective of yourself. Changing your perspective of yourself. Ask these 5 people who have come to this retreat. 2 years they are working with yoga. Their perspective about themselves has changed. May not be totally, but 1 or 2 parts has changed. Understand? It's all here. That's it. We all live in our head. We all live in our head. We create a world which is in our head, and we are running away from the world which is in our head. It is all happening in our head. Now, when you change the perspective about yourself, what's going to happen? The perspective that you have of the other. In Sartre's words, the other will also change. If in this interaction, if 50% changes, you also have to change. It's an interaction, it's a relationship. So when I change my perspective about myself, my perspective about the world will also change. Isn't it? Example. If you are not comfortable with your body, simple, regular example. If you are not comfortable with your body, you would not like to go to a beach in summer and wear a bikini. Then what will happen? You will hate the beach. You will always tell your family, let's go to the mountains. Let's go to the mountains in the summer. I don't like the beach. I don't like going to the beach. There's so many people there, it's so hot. No, but the real reason is, it's as simple as that. You are not comfortable with your body. You know you go to the beach and you cannot go in hunting clothes. You have to wear beach wear. And you are not comfortable with that. So what you do? You hate the beach. Mountains you don't have to go in bikini. Hopefully not. So you love the mountains. And the children are wondering, why we always go to the mountains for vacation in the summer? Nobody knows the real reason. Everybody thinks mom hates the beach. She feels uncomfortable at the beach. So we don't go to the vacation on the beach. But the real reason is, mom doesn't appreciate her body. So she doesn't like to be in a situation when her body will be exhibited. So she completely rejects that situation. So the person and the world, that's the interaction. Now let's assume that mom starts working out on herself. her body, she joins the gym, she goes to yoga, she does her breathing exercises, she does some psychological exercises, she does self-love exercises, and within 1 year, till summer 2016, the mom has a bikini body. Now suddenly, mom wants to go to south of France for vacation, and the children don't understand why. Last 10 years, we've been to Switzerland. Now suddenly, mom wants to go to Cannes, to south of France, to wear the perfect bikini and lie on the beach. Why? Nobody knows, but the mom knows. What happened? In 1 year, the whole perspective changed. Completely. From the mountains you came to the beach, complete change. And with you, the whole family came. This is important. Means what? When you change your perspective, all the people who are interacting with you in that relationship will also change. Understand this. And especially as a parent, I would say especially as mothers, if you as mothers become more confident, more self-loving, more accepting of yourself, your children will unconsciously inspire themselves from that. Wow, my mother is so confident, I want to be like her. You will become their hero. They don't have to look outside for inspiration. Inspiration is at home. If the mother does her yoga practice every day, 6 to 7, children know. 6 to 7, mother goes inside that room and does her yoga without fail. Children grow with this. You will never have to tell the children, go and study. Go and do your exercise. No. Why? Because discipline becomes a part of their life. Understand? They have always seen mother disciplined with her yoga practice. They have always seen the father disciplined with his yoga practice. Mom, where do you go? 6 to 7. What do you do in the room? My child, I do my yoga practice. Why every day? Because I want to grow. I have to do my practice every day. Okay. So tomorrow, the son or the daughter will never have to be explained why they should study every day, not only 2 days before the exam. Discipline becomes they grow up with discipline. So, yoga is a science of self-transformation. Means yoga helps you expand your perspective. Expand your perspective about yourself and about the world. Clear till here?
Yes.
So now you see the definition of yoga is so broad. It includes everything, not just your body. It includes your body, your mind, your breath, your relationships, your diet, your food, your link to the world, your emotions, your personality, your memory, your past, your dreams, your desires, your future, everything. It's a complex interaction. If it was an algorithm, it would be a big algorithm. Many variables. It's a complex algorithm. It's not just simple equation. Now, do you understand what you have got yourself into? And I'm sorry to say now, no going back. Impossible. That's why I clarify all this in the first day itself. Then my question to you is, why to self-transform? We are good as we are. I come to India once a year. I have a good job, nice family. I go for vacation, great friends. I enjoy my life. Why to transform? It's nice. It's happening. Isn't it? Why to transform? No need. I am transforming. 5 years ago I had a lot of hair on my head. Now I have almost no hair on my head. I am transforming.
I'm not sure it's a choice.
No, it's a choice. Of course. It's a choice. You can leave now. For next 8 days, you can sit on the beach.
But then I would be more unhappy.
So, what is our primary consideration? So, yoga says, okay, you don't want to transform, that's fine. But before that, you ask yourself a question. Are you really happy? Then some people will say, oh, yes, most of the time I am happy. Not most of the time. Are you consistently happy? No. Would you like to be consistently happy? Yes. Right now, you are not happy. All the time. Sometimes we are happy. When dinner comes in front of us, we are all happy. But after half an hour, we are all unhappy because we ate too much. Especially when the food is fantastic like this. Look, today fantastic food. We're all hungry. Happy, nice food. And then eat too much. Unhappy. This is our life. And nobody will say, I don't want to be consistently happy. I want to be. I want to maximize my happiness. Yes? Everybody here wants to maximize their happiness? Yes or no? Yes. Why? Then comes the next. Why? I'm going logically. Why do you want to maximize your happiness? Now it comes to the main point of yoga. Why? Okay, after 24 hours, 2 hours you are happy, 10 hours you are sad. Rest of the hours you are sleeping. 2 hours enough, no? Out of 24 hours happy. How much you want to be happy? You want all 24 hours happy? Okay, I give you 16 hours happiness. But 8 hours of sleep, nightmares. Okay? Come on, trade. Let's trade. 16 hours, you live like a queen, empress. But 8 hours of sleep, you're mine. Nightmare. Not okay. We want 24 hours happiness. We want amazingly sound sleep and we want a satisfied, content life. Why? There is not a single organism, not even human. You ask this question to a cat, a dog, a monkey, everybody will say, we want to be happy. All the time. Pourquoi? Have you ever thought about it? Why do we all want happiness all the time? It's a simple question. We should ask this question in the first grade in school and make the children think of this question.
This is an assumption we might not want 24 hours happiness.
No, forget not might. Do you want 24-hour happiness or not?
Maybe.
Not. If you don't want, then it's fine. But would you like to be happy all the time? Just answer me in yes or no. Would you like to be happy all the time? Don't analyze it too much. It's a simple question. It's a simple question.
Yes, but sometimes you really appreciate happiness because you can compare with what is not happiness.
Forget. Let's assume there is no sadness in the world. Would you like to live in such a world? Probably or yes? If God came to you right now and said, I am going to take you to a world where is there no sadness, sorrow at all, would you go with him or her? I mean, come on. Somebody wanting to give you 10 billion euros for free, and you're still thinking. I mean, it's a free. There's no hidden agenda from God. Okay? It's like once you come on my spaceship, I'll push you down. Not like this. This is what we discussed as lunchtime. No? There's a lot of limitation to just accept the good. Why?
It's easy to understand instead of happiness, it's easy to understand to be peaceful without.
It's just another word.
There's a word for
I call it contentment, happiness, peace, love, bliss, shanti.
Shanti means
Shanti means peace.
okay.
Shanti means peace.
I didn't know.
Peace means, which peace? Independent peace. Not dependent on anything. Independent. Whatever you call it, it's just the different. I said happiness. Somebody says contentment. Somebody says love. Somebody says God. A devotee of God says, I want to be with God 24 hours. Another person says, I want to be happy 24 hours. It's the same. I want to feel love 24 hours. It's the same.
Might be boring.
Hmm?
It might be boring if it's there all the time.
How would you know? How do you know? Might be is such a big gap. So if you want to know it might be boring or not, reach that state and then tell us. Once you get $100 billion free, why will you want to become poor? I'll tell you why contentment, happiness, peace, love is everybody's primal need. Is because that is our true nature. Please understand this. We all want to be happy all the time because happiness is our true nature. We all want to feel love all the time because love is our true nature. We want to be content all the time because peace is our true nature. Naturally, we crave, we desire for something that we have tasted. If you have tasted the best sushi once, then you want that sushi all the time. If you've tasted the best ice cream once, you want that ice cream all the time. If you've been to India and done a yoga retreat once, you want to come again. To increase that pleasure, to increase that feeling. It's natural. You have people, no? Some people love Africa. Some people love Sahara Desert. They go there once and every year they want to go there. Simple desires. Some people love to go to Hawaii for surfing. They accidentally go to Hawaii, they learn surfing, then every year all their vacation is in Hawaii and all they do is surfing. To maximize what they like, what they love. If you love skiing, every year you want to go skiing. If you love yoga, whichever city you are, you will do yoga. Same way, you have tasted little bit happiness here and there. Now you want to find the source of unlimited happiness. It's ingrained in every person, not just humans, even a dog.
It is when you are a child, you are like that.
Yes. Because the child's mind is not as complicated as ours. That's why every spiritual scripture will say, be like a child. Be innocent. Be in the moment. You see a child, when the child wants this chocolate, it's the end of the world for that child. I want this chocolate. That's it. The child may be in a big palace, in a museum, in a hospital, in a street. When the child wants the chocolate, he wants the chocolate. That's it. That's the end of the world. If he gets it, he's happy. If he doesn't get it, hell breaks loose. But then a smart mother or a father distracts the child. Look, a zoo. Let's go to the zoo. The child is happy. Gone. Chocolate is forgotten. But if the zoo is not interesting, back to chocolate. We are like that. We will see later how we are like that, same way. So understand, happiness, contentment, love, peace is our true nature. And people who have reached this state of self-realization across religion and region, you pick up a Rumi from Middle East, or you pick up a Buddha from India, or you pick up some other saint from somewhere else, they will all say the same thing. This shows the consistency of human achievement. They will write it differently, but the experience is exactly the same. And this is why yoga is a positive philosophy. Yoga says, you are love. Yoga says, you are peace. Yoga says, you are happiness. Just find it. Simple. You are what you are looking for. There is nowhere to go. Lock yourself in a room for 5 years, you will reach amazing happiness that you may not reach roaming around the whole world. So, what is the conclusion? What is our conclusion for today? Yoga is a science of self-transformation. Self-transformation is expanding of perspective towards yourself and the world. Why do we want to be self-transformed? Because happiness, peace, contentment or love is our true nature, and it's a natural process to reach that end. Like a river. The scriptures give example of river. Bhagavad Gita gives example of river. A river is always flowing. Why? Because the ultimate objective of river is to meet the ocean. And till it doesn't meet the ocean, it will try to find its way. From inside, from outside, from waterfall, from underground, however it can, it wants to be the ocean, not meet the ocean, be the ocean. Look, the symbolism is there around us all the time. It's there. So it's a part of the universal process to mature to your full realization. The only thing is, we as practitioners of yoga do it consciously. Just understand this. We do it consciously. We control our transformation rather than transformation happening. You will reach permanent state of happiness, definitely. But I don't know after how many billion years. But if you take the responsibility and say, I want to do it, you can reach in this life. And we have enough examples. So a scientist will say, I created this new chemical in my laboratory. So that becomes the ideal. Like this in yoga, a saint who realizes that happiness becomes the ideal. Okay? So this is our basic understanding of yoga. So we are here for a longer, deeper journey. Learn to be patient. Learn to take good care of yourself. And enjoy the process. Okay? Any questions? We will meditate for some time. But before that, get your questions out of your head.
So when you say we can reach this self-realization in this life, I mean, for me, the idea is that if you want to self-realize yourself, to reach self-realization, so with complete happiness 24 hours, not 24 hours, you may have to go into the mountain, to be in silence, to do some sort of extraordinary things at one point that you can decide. But I don't think I have any example of people who have reached self-realization without doing extraordinary things.
What is extraordinary? Again, we come to definitions. What is extraordinary? Standing on one leg for 24 years?
5 months silence.
5 months silence?
Yeah.
Is extraordinary?
Yes.
As compared to what? When I went in 2 months of silence, I thought it is extraordinary. Then I went in 5 months of silence. And now I don't think 2 months of silence was extraordinary. Where does the extraordinary end? I'm telling you again, spiritual path sometimes is opposite of practical path. You don't have to be extraordinary on spiritual path. You be completely ordinary. So ordinary that there is no difference between you and anyone else. You have reached the union. Our need to be extraordinary itself is our main block. Understand this? It stops us. You can never be extraordinary because everyone else is also extraordinary, just not in your way. You can speak extraordinary English, somebody can speak extraordinary Sanskrit. Both are extraordinary. Why do we want to be extraordinary? Just be yourself. This is where our education system comes. I am extraordinary because everyone else is not as good as you. You see that? If everything in the class of 10 people, if everybody is a fool and one person is little intelligent. Sometimes it happens in school, no? Like in one class, fifth grade. Everybody gets 50% marks. And one person gets 52% marks. He is the class topper. But when you look, only 50%. But he is the class topper. Like in my language there is one, and I'm sure in everybody's language there is one phrase like this, yes. Among the little calves, a blind cow is the hero. He's extraordinary. There's no need. Like we discussed in the lunchtime. The advance of yoga is in the simplest of things. But now our problem is, for us, simple has become extraordinary.
Because we must to accept that we are limited.
Yes,
so
that's the first step.
When you say be yourself, I don't want to be myself because I'm so limited. It's exactly, I can't be happy with that because I'm so limited. So it's something that I was thinking about too, is when you say that take what something can give you. For example, happiness. Yes, it's true, but I discovered that pain, sadness bring me a lot.
Good.
So so what do I do with that? So
learn from it.
So finally, when I have pain, I'm happy. I said, well, where is the message? Come. Yes, so finally I am happy. Yes, that's right. So this is happiness too.
When you accept something, if you have difficult life, and you're trying to deny, you are trying to say, no, I don't have difficult life. No, it's all good. You are running away from what is the reality. Then you stop and you look, yes, I have difficult life. Accept it and manage it. Learn to make it simple. That itself will become your first step to happiness.
For example, when I have fears, because this is very difficult to manage, when I have fears, I try to be happy, or I have to perhaps be happy, because each fear brings me a message. No?
Yes.
And I have
that's the job of the fear.
And I have to discover the message.
Yes.
Process.
Of course. That's why fear exists. Every fear is telling you something. If you don't listen, fear will come. Fear is a messenger to tell you something. You listen to the first fear, you get the message, no more messengers will come. But if one fear comes and you look there, one fear will come from there. Then you look there, other fear will come from there.
So finally, when I have fear, I'm happy.
No. When you have fear, you try to find the answer to that fear. When you find the answer to that fear, you are happy. Good. So think of this, think about this, and if you have questions, write it down. And tomorrow we can discuss this. But reflect. Don't reflect too much. Because reflecting too much is like a blind trying to describe a rainbow. Too much intellectualization on spiritual path is like a blind man trying to describe a rainbow.
But as you said previously, being simple, coming back to simple is very, very difficult.
Yes.
This is a very long journey, whatever the job, education,
Yes.
way of living, and everything.
Yes.
Because we are polluted by lots of
Correct.
things, of intellectual things,
Correct.
and books. And you say we read books and so on. Yes.
Correct.
What do we do with that? And that's very
That's why our process is unlearning, not relearning. Unlearning.
Exactly.
To unwind
Come
ourselves.
back to the child.
Yeah.
I think because we are too much in the material things.
We will come to that. Why? Why are we too much in the material? And everybody will say. All Bible will say this, Bhagavad Gita. What makes us go into the material things? We'll see that later. Why?
I say that because the people who are more happy, or like one, understand one?
Monks.
Because they have nothing. Okay? So they have nothing. They are very, very, very happy.
Yes. They have nothing that you have, but they have many things that you don't have.
Yes, but they are more happy than I am.
They have something that we don't have. So our variable of measuring them is very different.
So the wrong way is to having something you can lose.
Monk will never lose something that the monk has.
Yes, it's why the wrong way is to try to have something that you can lose.
Correct. You can say to the monk, I have a Mercedes car. Do you have? Monk will say, I have 9 hours of undisturbed sleep. Do you have? You can lose Mercedes, but monk will not lose the sleep. It's guaranteed.
Mais comment tu peux pas regarder ce que tu peux pas
And you know what? Really?
retirer ce qui veut.
For somebody who has 10 Mercedes cars, he will be wanting for a good night's sleep.
The 11th one.
If he can sleep in the 11th one for 9 hours, he will buy it. Okay? So just keep this in your head. Let it, we have to maximize our time here. So whatever we discuss, whatever comes up, keep in your head. Let it roll. Let it roll. That's why we are here. That's why we came all the way, miles away. See, you made a long journey, but you have a longer journey from the head to the heart. The 24 hours Air Sri Lanka was the smallest journey. Now starts the bigger journey from the head to the heart. Okay? So now sit quietly. We will do nothing. This meditation is called just sitting. Just sit. No concentration, nothing. If your mind attacks you with billion thoughts, it's okay. Just sit. And I will bring you out of meditation. Whenever you hear me say come out of meditation, you come out.
Just one question. Why is it better to meditate sitting?
No, sit on the chair and meditate. It's okay.
I like
I
lying.
can.
No, if you lie down, you will sleep.
Sorry, if you like.
If you lie down, you will sleep. We also know that.
Is it okay to do meditation
Yes.
next to a wall, or
Yes.
is better not?
Whatever makes your mind quiet, do that. If you say, Prasad, my mind is very quiet when I stand, I will say, okay.
Not when I
But not lying down, because after such a big meal and long flight, you will sleep. Okay? So just sit quietly. If you want to lean against the wall, do it. It's okay, it's allowed. There's no negative marks for that. But only thing is spine straight. close your eyes and just be quiet.